Hello, my friends. Happy November. This might be the last budget review that I am able to do outside because, y'all, it is getting cold in Sweden. I've got a hot chocolate. I have got multiple layers on, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do these outside with the nice pretty background for much longer here. This might be the last one for the winter, so anyway, let's see if I can quickly get through the October 2025 budget review. It was a weird month for the markets. It was a weird month for my income because I had the home sale money hit and, could do some investing, but we'll talk about that for you channel members at the end. And overall, I was kind of pleased with my spending this month. It was close to where I would like it to be. If you're new here, for some context, I'm Rebecca. I just recently reached very lean financial independence and decided to retire early at the ripe young age of almost 40. So this is actually my birthday month this month, so I will be turning 40 here in November, and it feels nice to be free. But my plans changed bigly when I met my husband, who is also early retired. He is Swedish. I ended up moving here to Sweden to be with him so we could be together faster, and changed my plan from a more traditional fire route to a very lean fire route. But you know what? So far, so good. Let's dive into my budget and take a look at my numbers for October. All right, so here we are for October 2025, looking at all of my income. This is what I mean by it's kind of a weird month for me, right? Why do I have so much just random places of income, considering I have retired early? I actually had a pretty decent income this month in total. So let's just start at the top here. So cash interest, bonds interest, some dividends, and options premium. These are all investing related things that I was not keeping track of as income before, although I was earning some cash interest from my brokerage account, some interest from the bonds I have in my brokerage account, dividends quarterly. These were just things that were running in the background for me in my investing account. And while I was working my W-2 job, I didn't track those in my budget here. I just felt like that was getting a little too granular for what I needed in the accumulation phase of fire. But now that I'm in the drawdown phase of fire, I do want to track all of that stuff as it comes in, because I have a goal in my head of wanting to spend $1,500 or less a month while I'm fired. And yeah, I didn't quite hit that this month, but we'll talk about it. But yeah, as far as all of my income goes this month, I have a little cash sitting in my, actually I have a lot of cash sitting in my brokerage account from my home sale, and I do get some interest from bonds every month. Dividends get paid quarterly, and the end of September was the end of the quarter, so my dividends from the positions I do hold that pay some dividends hit in October. With all of the cash that I have from my home sale, I did do some selling of options. That is where I fall on the spectrum of how I like to do options. I know that's a triggering word for some people, but y'all, don't worry about it. I'm not doing anything too crazy with my option strategy. I stick to the sell side. That's what I like to do. I am not buying options and trying to speculate on which direction any certain stock is going. So, but because I have a decent amount of cash from the home sale, I was able to write several contracts this month. And if you're a channel member, we will discuss that for y'all in your fire and investing video that I will make right after this one. Credit card rewards. So I have been letting my credit card cashback rewards just build up for I don't even know how long now, months at least, if not a year or more. I have an Apple Card. I like it. I did contact them and ask them before I moved to Sweden if I would be able to keep the card when I'm here, and they said that no, eventually that the card would just automatically close at some point after I moved. I don't know how long that's going to take, y'all, but I kind of figured it would probably happen maybe sometime this month because I've been here for a couple months now, but not yet. So I'm inclined to just keep using it for as long as I can because I do like getting just that little bit extra of cash back rewards from my Apple Card. You know, every little bit helps now that I'm lean fire. So, I mean, I cashed out what rewards I have, but that card is still open. So I don't know if I want to just let them build up again or if I just want to cash out what little bit of rewards I get every month because obviously I'm not spending a ton anymore. So I think I'll probably just cash out what little bit I get every single month and kind of let that offset my spending a little bit until the card closes. After that, Facebook settlement. So this was a thing that happened years ago, you guys. I can't even remember now if it was a data breach or what it was with Facebook and some sort of class action lawsuit thing that was going on that I got an email that I qualified for apparently. And I was like, okay, is this legit? I researched it. Apparently it was legit. So I put in my information. And like I said, this was years ago. And I finally got a payout from that settlement in the amount of $30.20. Not much, but at this point in my life, I will take it. Every little bit helps now that I am lean fire. So that randomly showed up this month. I got some refund checks this month. So this is related to me selling my house that I had back in North Carolina. Things like taxes and insurance refunds. I still have some other checks coming. One of them's pretty big. It's about $2,000. And I think I have another like almost $450 check too that should be coming in relation to the home sale. All of that stuff I expect will come later this month in November. But I did get $115.61 from other home sale related things. And I did return one thing that I had bought previously last month on Amazon. That hit this month, so that was $92.14. And then last but not least, I did get a YouTube payout. This is everything that I earn on YouTube, from the videos I make to the memberships to everything. I got $170.20. My total year to date for YouTube is over $1,000 now, so yay for that. And that brings my total for the month. I mean, it adds up. My cash and bonds and dividends are so small, and I'm not going to be doing options every single month. Yeah, I really wasn't planning on a ton of income for October, but it added up here, and my total income ended up being $2,588.46. Now, I know my year-to-date over here looks crazy, but that's just because I had my home sale and all of that income from the home sale got thrown into my budget in September. So, but if you are new here, do know that I was working my butt off before I moved over here to Sweden. I was doing 2 full-time night shift jobs in healthcare as an ultrasound technologist, and I did that for 13 months before I moved over here and declared myself fire. So really was working hard for it at the end there. Is it all worth it? Yes. Right now, my answer is yes. I would say so. I have no regrets about anything that I have done, but I can tell you I am very much looking forward to spending some time learning how to relax this winter. I feel like it has been such a long time since I have truly felt like I could relax that I have forgotten what that is like. So hopefully I can remember how that goes this winter when it's dark and I am sitting inside looking out at this view with a hopefully snow-covered lake with my hot chocolate or coffee as the case may be, and just enjoying the slower pace of things. All right, so moving down to the bills and spending section here for the budget. Obviously, it's not a lot of spending every month, not a lot of bills going on. This utility bill, that is the last utility bill that I had to pay for my home in North Carolina. So that was $115.73. I had budgeted $150, but it was a little bit less. And basically all I am paying for here is what I spend on food and household every month. So that is groceries. It's anything for the pets. I have a dog, a very large dog, and 2 cats. And anything we pick up household wise while we're at the grocery store: toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, things of that nature. So I budget $750 for that every month. Christopher, my husband, he does pay for some grocery trips. We basically just kind of alternate back and forth, with me getting the majority of it because I am the one who cooks. And also, I'm the one that brought all of the pets over here. So I pay for most of the food and household stuff, though not all of it, since this is a household of technically 5 of us. But overall, I feel pretty happy if I can keep my food and household budget under $750 a month. Now, if you're new, I do have to buy a lot of supplements due to a weight loss surgery I had years ago in 2013. I supplement heavy for that, and I do buy whey protein on occasion to, again, supplement my protein levels. I'm hypothyroid, so I do have a prescription for thyroid medication that I'm going to have to get sorted out here at some point with a new doctor. So I have a line item in here every month. I just basically buy that stuff whenever I need it. This is kind of a non-negotiable for me, so I don't really budget for it ahead of time, but I do like to know what I'm spending annually on this. So for the last couple years, I would say it's been between $1,000 and $1,500 a year for all of my supplements and protein and my thyroid medicine and stuff. So not terrible, but if you break that down monthly, that's a little over $100 a month. So it's a significant expense, and something that I do keep an eye on. And then otherwise, basically all my other spending falls into personal or miscellaneous if it doesn't fall in one of these categories. So this month I did spend a lot. This is what I mean by, when I moved here in the middle of August, I knew that going to the end of the year here, there would be extra expenses just related to me getting settled here in Sweden. And if you saw one of the earlier videos of me moving here, you might recall the flower boxes that were outside the house. I have been doing some work on those, I'm happy to say. I finally got all of the weeds pulled out of the flower boxes, but the wood on the flower boxes, on a lot of them themselves, is pretty rotten. They needed to be replaced. And, initially I thought I might try to just replace the wood and reuse the metal sort of brackets that were holding the wood pieces together and go from there. But y'all, I started looking around on Amazon, and I found some metal flower boxes that not only are a little bit longer than the ones that I have, but they're also taller. And they were only about $60 a piece. And I bought 8 of them to replace the flower boxes that are in the worst shape here, right outside the back door of the house. And those have come in, but it's getting so cold now that I have not put them together. I have not messed with the flower boxes beyond just weeding them out. And I mean, if I had been lucky with the weather and had a few more nice days, then I would have started digging out some of these flower boxes and breaking them down. But the weather just got too cold too quickly, and I think I am likely going to continue messing with the flower boxes come spring. But at least I got the flower boxes in. They were about $500 for 8 of them. So not bad. And honestly, I feel like the metal flower boxes are probably better than the wood ones, because even if I did replace the wood on these, eventually that wood would have been in the same condition that the wood is in now, rotting and bowing out. So I'm not mad about spending a little bit of money for those flower boxes to replace them. The other things I bought, so once again, Rollo, my dog, he has this ongoing thing where he wants to lick this one particular hind foot. And I figured out it's because as he's getting older, he's an almost 8-year-old Irish Wolfhound, which is old for that breed. He is starting to drag that left foot just a little bit as he's getting older. I think he's getting a little bit of hip weakness. Not uncommon in these giant breed dogs. But because he drags those toes, when we go on walks and things, I've figured out that his toes must be a little sore when we get back in from the walks. So I've started experimenting. I don't even know how many times I have bought different style of boots or socks for him to wear. And him being so large, it is just hard to find exactly what I was looking for when it comes to foot protection for him. I wanted something that was more than a sock, but not quite as waterproof and heavy duty as a boot. I wanted something kind of in between, and I finally found that in a size that will fit him. So, success. I think this is the last time that I will need to buy something to protect those toes for Rollo. But, if he eventually does wear these boots down that I got for him, then at least I know which ones fit him well and are good quality and kind of in between heavy duty boots and socks that I was looking for. So yeah, hopefully that'll be it for him for a while. And then lastly, I did buy some workout stuff. So if you're a channel member, you know what this is about because I made a whole video about it. And basically, now that we're getting to wintertime and I'm not going to be outside doing work every day, I really want to focus on my health this winter. And trouble is, I just don't really know what to do. So what I found was some workout journals that are physical journals. This is not like an app for your phone. So something tangible that I can look at every day and I can write in and track my progress, and it tells you what to do as far as workouts go every day. I bought 2 different sets, a body weight journal set and a dumbbell journal set. And both of these journals came with a box of cards that you can just basically pick a card every day and it'll tell you what dumbbell set or what body weight workout to do. So I figure I can shuffle those up every day, pick a few cards out, and that'll be my workout for the day. And then I don't have to spend as much mental energy thinking about what kind of workout do I need to do today. I can just kind of let the fates decide. And so I ordered those, the 2 journals, the 2 sets of cards with both journals, and also a dumbbell set with a stand from Amazon, and I spent $300 on all of that stuff. So, that was another larger expense for the month. But again, workout things is something that I had on my radar for this winter here in Sweden. And also the flower boxes were a known project that I had on my list of things that I want to do here at the house. So honestly, I'm kind of glad that I chose the metal flower boxes over just replacing the wood. So in total, though, because I did spend a pretty decent amount this month, I did go over my $1,500 goal mentally that I want to spend. And I mean, I know that these are like one-time expenses that pop up, but there's always something in the month. So I do have to be really careful of this next year. I know that getting settled into Sweden here, there's going to be just extra expenses and things that I want when I first get here. And, I've only been here a couple of months, so I'm sure I'll think of some other things before the end of the year. $1,500 is my mental high limit that I would like to spend every month. But if I go over that for the end of 2025 here every month, I'm not going to worry about it too terribly much. Come next year is when I really would like to be more strict with the budget, see if I can stick to my lean fire goals here, because, that sequence of return risk when you first retire is pretty important. You don't want to overspend in those first few years that you fire. So, yeah, things like this will hopefully not be the norm come 2026. All right, I think that covers it for the regular budget review. If you've made it to the end, I appreciate you watching. Channel members, we will pick up right here for the fire and investing portion of the budget. I will see you on the membership section of my channel. Bye, y'all.